Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Alex here, and today I have with me the Galaxy S25 Ultra and the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Both of these phones are the absolute flagship kings from their own right. The Galaxy S25 Ultra is the absolute best phone that you can get from Samsung today, and the iPhone 17 Pro Max is the latest and greatest from Apple. And in today's video, I want to tell you why the Galaxy S25 Ultra, even though this phone came out 8 months before the brand new iPhone, is still a much better option and just overall a better phone than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. We're going to talk about performance, cameras, display, AI, software, and everything in between. So let's get right into the video. And the first way that the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra beats the iPhone is with the build quality and the materials, because this phone is made out of titanium, and that is much stronger than the aluminum that Apple went for this year on the iPhones. And if I just smack these phones together over and over again, I guarantee you that the Galaxy S25 Ultra would come out on top completely undamaged, whereas the iPhone would have scratches and dents all over this aluminum body. And there's videos all over the place right now online popping up about people just damaging their iPhones. Everyone is just getting scratches and dents all over the shell of their iPhone because aluminum is just not very strong. It's not durable. It's a lot more scratch prone. It gets dented. So if you don't have a case, and even sometimes with a case, you're definitely going to damage your phone, and that's not a good look for a phone that costs as much as this iPhone cost this year. And actually, as I'm using my phone, I am seeing a scratch that I haven't seen before. So you can see right there, it's already been damaged. I barely even used this phone. I've had it for like a week, and you can see that there's just a scratch right here, and that's just a testament to how vulnerable aluminum is. And you can see on my Galaxy S25 Ultra, this phone is pretty much undamaged all around. It is in amazing condition almost 1 year later. There's a little bit of scratching here on the screen, but apart from that, honestly, this is holding up amazingly. So I'm really worried about the long-term effects of the aluminum on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. So when it comes to build quality and durability, it's already evident that the Samsung S25 Ultra is just better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Alright guys, the second reason that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max is with performance. And I know, even though looking at these benchmarks, even though the iPhone scores higher, I'm going to tell you why the Galaxy is still a better phone when it comes to performance, because these benchmarks don't mean anything. Just because you have a little bit of a higher number there doesn't mean that translates to real world use. So let's ignore the benchmarks. Why am I saying that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better? Well, it's because you can actually leverage the power of these chips and use it in a meaningful way. Whereas on the iPhone, what really can you do with all that power? I constantly see reviewers online talking about the iPhone saying, oh yeah, it feels a little bit quicker. I can open apps a little bit quicker. I can scroll around. It feels smoother. What does that even mean? Is that really how you're basing the performance of your phone? It should be smooth. You should be able to scroll around and open up apps. Whereas the Galaxy phone actually gives you meaningful ways that you can use all of that power, because you can do things like split screen multitasking, where you can use multiple apps at the same time. So you can bring up one app on the top, another app on the bottom, and now you can interact with both apps at the same time. You can even bring up a third application in a pop-up view on top of these two. So now you're using 3 applications at the same time. And on top of that, you also have Samsung DeX, where you can connect your phone to a monitor, add peripherals like a keyboard and a mouse. It pretty much turns your phone into a computer. And if you don't have a laptop or you can't afford a nice computer, there's no reason that you can't just connect this to a monitor and use this phone as a computer. And that is the difference between Samsung Galaxy and the iPhone. You have all of this power on this iPhone, and you can't do anything except play a couple games from the App Store. Whereas on the Galaxy phone, you just get so many of these options. And even if you don't use them, at least you have the option. And there's definitely some people out there who can benefit from these amazing features. Alright guys, the third way that the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra beats the iPhone 17 Pro Max is with the display. And I'm not even talking about the refresh rate or resolution. I'm talking about the fact that you can actually customize how you want your display to look. So if you go into your display settings, you can go down here and select screen mode, and you can change it from vivid to natural. So if you want more punchy, saturated colors, you can select vivid. You can even change the white balance to your own preference. You can even go to advanced settings and play with the RGB values to set this up to exactly how you like it. Maybe you're a photo or a video editor, or you just want more natural colors. Well, you have the option to select that. You can also go back into your display settings, go to screen resolution, and if you want, you can bump it down from QHD to Full HD Plus if you want to save some battery life. And again, even if you don't want to, at least you have the power or the option to do that. And by far my favorite thing about the Galaxy display is the anti-reflecting coating that they put on the display. Now, they did bring it to the iPhone 17 Pro Max as well, but you can see when I shine it into the light, that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is just better at this. It's reflecting much less light and I can see the contents on my screen much better. And even though the display on the iPhone does get brighter in terms of nits, it still is not as good as having this anti-reflective technology, because I don't care how bright you can push your screen. If you can't see it because of the reflections, no amount of brightness is really going to make it better. So when it comes to the display, the S25 Ultra is the clear winner. Now, the next way that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better is when it comes to the cameras. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Galaxy S25 Ultra has the best cameras in the game. It doesn't. There's a lot of amazing phones out there pushing really great hardware. I'm not even going to tell you that the cameras are better than the iPhone cameras. Both of these camera systems are absolutely amazing and deliver amazing footage, amazing photos, amazing videos. But the difference again is that the Galaxy S25 Ultra just offers more when it comes to software. And I'm not talking about software like AI enhancements or video processing or photo processing. I'm literally talking about the software when it comes to the cameras and all of the camera modes that they give us. We have astrophotography, single take, 8K video, 100 times zoom. You're obviously not gonna use those photos to print them or put them into an album or put them on social media, but it is cool to kind of use it like a binocular just to be able to see really far away. We have dual recording where we can select which camera we want to dual record with. We can wave at the camera for it to take a picture automatically. We even have Pro Video mode where we can control all aspects of the phone from ISO to aperture and shutter speed. So even though the cameras themselves aren't necessarily better and you might even prefer the quality of the iPhone's camera, the entire package and just everything that you're getting out of the Galaxy phone is better than what you're getting on the iPhone. So another point to Samsung. The next reason that the Galaxy S25 Ultra is better is when it comes to AI. Now, Samsung added AI into their phones about 3 years ago now, and they've just been slowly adding to it and making it better and better to the point that it's pretty stable now, and there's actually a lot of really useful features. We have all sorts of transcript assist, interpreters, translators, audio eraser, photo eraser, which I really like. I do a lot of object erasing, and Galaxy AI just does an absolutely amazing job. I'm just going to quickly take this photo, circle a whole bunch of stuff. I'm not going to be too careful. I'll just do it nice and quick. And then it's going to identify everything. Let's grab these people too. Then hit erase, tap generate. Look at that. You can see how well it removed everything and filled in all of this background stuff to make it look nice. It just does an absolutely amazing job. We also have Gemini, which works absolutely amazing because it works in tandem with Bixby, so you can use them both at the same time to take cross-app actions. So if I bring up Bixby and give you an example, look up the next Formula One race and add it to my calendar and add a 1 hour reminder before the event starts. So there you go, just like that, you can see it used Gemini to look up the schedule of the Formula One race, and then it handed it off to Bixby to add it to my calendar and set a 1 hour reminder before the actual race starts. And this is the kind of stuff that everyday people can actually get use of. I know there's a lot of AI features that are kind of gimmicky, you don't really need them, but this is something you can use every single day, and it just works so well. And Apple has really been slacking with AI. They promised us a lot of AI features the last year with iPhone 16, and this year with the iPhone 17 launch, they barely mentioned AI at all. It doesn't seem like they're focusing on it at all, and they've kind of just swept it under the rugs and hope that we forget about it too. So when it comes to AI, iPhone is not even a contender. The Galaxy phone just absolutely smashes it out of the park. The next reason the Galaxy S25 Ultra beats the iPhone is when it comes to customizability. And I know the last couple of years, Apple has really come a long way. They've allowed us to do a lot of things like move icons wherever we want. We can customize the look of our icons, set it from, different themes. We can tint the colors, make it dark, whatever we like. But that's about it. When it comes to the Galaxy phone, I can't even get into how much we can do with this phone. It's actually mind-blowing the amount of things that we can customize. And One UI 7 and One UI 8 have been absolutely great operating systems. Everything is smooth. It's absolutely bug-free. I've never had such a good experience on an Android operating system as I have with the last One UI updates. It is completely bug-free. Everything is running so smoothly. Whereas on the iPhone with iOS 26, people are complaining about all sorts of bugs. Applications aren't working, icons aren't tinting, the battery is draining, and the phone is overheating. There's bugs riddled all over it. People are just not happy with iOS 26. So not only is Apple lacking in AI, but now they're falling behind in the software space, which has always been their strong suit. Everyone has always praised iOS to be an absolutely smooth and optimized experience, but now it seems like the tables have completely turned. But getting back to the whole customization thing, there's just a lot that we can do with One UI. And on top of that, when it comes to Galaxy phones, we of course have Good Lock, which absolutely blows things away when it comes to customizability. You can customize every single aspect about your phone, and there's just so much to get into here. I really can't do it in this video, but if you guys are interested and you want me to make a video about good lock, definitely let me know in the comments below and I'll be sure to do that. And next, how can we talk about the Galaxy phone and not mention the S Pen? This is what this phone is probably most known for, having the S Pen. And if you don't need it, it just sits here in the inside of the phone, not bothering you. But if you do need it, you'll find that it is pretty irreplaceable to jot down measurements or notes. And the way I use it most is just to take screen off memos. So I'll take my phone out and I'll write myself a reminder on my phone. So maybe I have a doctor's appointment at 2 p.m. and I can just pin this to my always on display, pull my pen away, and now this note will just stay on my always on display. And anytime I pick up my phone, I will be reminded about what I need to do, which is really useful for somebody like me because I am a really forgetful person. And if something isn't right in front of me, in front of my eyes, I'm probably going to forget about it. So this has definitely saved me a couple of times. Now, the last way that the Galaxy is better than the iPhone is when it comes to price. Now, both of these are priced relatively the same, but the difference is that Samsung gives you a pre-order window of 14 days where you can get a free storage upgrade on your phone. So for the same price, you can get upgraded from a 256 gigabyte storage option to a 512 gigabyte storage. So you're getting much more storage at the same price. Apple doesn't let you do that. You pay a lot for storage upgrades. Samsung also offers you more money for trade-ins, and they will take trade-ins of other phones, not just Samsung phones. Whereas on Apple, they will only accept Apple phones. So if you're coming from an Android or some other phone, you're not even going to be able to trade it in to get a discount on your new iPhone. Samsung also constantly has discounts on their phones. Nobody should ever be buying this phone at a full price because it's almost always on sale, which is definitely really great because you can get a really good price on an absolutely amazing flagship phone, whereas iPhones never go on sale. The only time that this phone is going to get cheaper is when the next year's model comes out. Now, I will say that iPhones do typically hold their value better. So if you're going to be holding onto your phone for 4, 5, 6 years and then selling it down the line, you might be able to retain a little bit more value, although that really hasn't been so much the case lately. Samsung phones also really do a good job retaining their value. The only reason they even drop in price is because Samsung themselves is always putting it on sale. And honestly, I don't really think this is going to be the case with the iPhone 17 because of this aluminum frame. I just think that these phones are going to get so damaged over the years and scratched up and just dented and bumped up that the value is really going to drop. So if you're ever going to be reselling this phone, you're going to have a really hard time. So there you go, guys. That's going to do it for this video of all of the reasons that I think that the 8-month-old Galaxy S25 Ultra is still a better pick than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And not to mention that the brand new Galaxy S26 Ultra is just around the corner in January. So it's going to be really interesting to see what we get on that phone, but I can already tell that is going to be a better offer than the iPhone. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this rivalry, but that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.